Probably football's worst kept secret. Kylian Mbappé to Real Madrid has been confirmed. And, they really are the Galacticos. They've got the best current project in world football. They've got the best youth project in football. To have Kylian Mbappé, Rodrigo, the young Endrick arriving, Jude Bellingham, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Valverde, currently Modric and Kroos. They've got everything. And Real Madrid are, by the time this video's finished, they'll probably find some more people. Real Madrid, I don't think there's a single Real Madrid fan that could have any complaints about their football club. And has there ever been a better week for any football club, really? They've won everything there is to offer this season. They've won the Champions League and they've signed Kylian Mbappé for free. It's ridiculous. And again, football isn't universal. Do I expect Real Madrid? Football isn't lateral, I better yet. Do I expect Real Madrid to win everything every year? Probably not. But 98% of it, as I said, Kylian Mbappé, Rodrigo, Vinicius, who probably should win the Ballon d'Or. I think there's a realm where they all could coexist, if I'm completely honest with you guys, people. It's ridiculous what Real Madrid are doing. I think the most angry people have to be Barcelona. If Pep Guardiola wants a real challenge, he'll go back to Barcelona right now, people. And even then, they probably still won't have a chance. Credit to Real Madrid on the pitch, but off the pitch, they're a madness. So, yeah, Kylian Mbappe's worst kept secret of him signing for Real Madrid being confirmed. He's realized the childhood dream of signing for them, people. He signed a 5-year deal on allegedly, for 150 million quid, euros, better yet, where signing on fee is concerned. And I'm keen to see how these players coexist, because I think the harmony is there. And I think for Kylian Mbappé, you can't continue. He knows himself. Some of the foolishness you did at PSG, if you do that at Real Madrid, you'll get run out. They've run out of people for less than that. Look what they did for Bale, and he's won them trophies and whatnot. He'll wear the number 9 shirt this season, or better yet, his first season. When Luka Modric keeps it moving, he'll be given the number 10. And boy, I don't think Real Madrid, I don't know who Real Madrid's kit suppliers are. Obviously Adidas, but I don't think they'll be able to meet demand really and truly. Kylian Mbappé probably instantly going to be the highest shirt seller because of the buzz. Vinicius is going to be there. Bellingham's going to be there. Boy, real life Galacticos. He signed on a 5-year deal, 100 million signing on bonus this season, an annual fee of 15 million euros. So yeah, big him up. In terms of other transfer news, AC Milan are trying to sign either Thiago Santos or Emerson Royal. Me personally, I'd rather sign the Leo man, Thiago Santos. Have you not seen Emerson Royal? Apparently he was paying to have a personal football trainer as well, and he's still crap. What does that tell you? Boy, anything can happen. Manchester City are interested allegedly in Joshua Kimmich, which could be a great move for Kimmich and a reunion with Pep Guardiola. As you know, he's contracted until 2025. I'm sure Bayern Munich want him to sign a new deal in the next few weeks to months, or they want to move him on. I'm sure Vincent Kompany wants to keep hold of him. Kompany, there's been rumors that they want Lokonga. He's the next Yaya Toure. Kimmich is good, but Lokonga's better than him. You lot might as well buy him from my football club. Memphis Depay could be given an opportunity to sign for Inter Milan. As we know, he's a free agent. I have a funny guess. I probably won't, but I think before he retires, we'll see him in the Premier League again, people. Away from that, Bayern Munich are now optimistic that Alphonso Davies will renew his contract. Talks are ongoing and positive. Another player who's been linked with Real Madrid, and that left wing, whether it's going to be Kylian Mbappé up front and Vinicius on the left, or them two interchanging, and someone like Davies in principle at left back, forget about it. Forget about it. I think the only thing Real Madrid are missing now is probably some long-term defensive options. They're probably going to get Lenny Euro. I'd imagine in the next few years, my centre-back Saliba, they're going to aggressively go over him. Rudiger's quality is going to be around for a few years, as is Alaba. Militao isn't the oldest, but that's probably where they don't have longevity, if I'm honest, or that's probably where the players of the present are, where they've got the short, medium, and long term in the middle third and up front. As I said, Tchouameni, Arda Güler, Endrick, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Valverde, Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, and I'm probably missing out some. You have to forgive me. Can anyone keep up? What I would say, though, is if they do look to sell one of those individuals, not that Arsenal have pockets deep enough for such, let's try and make something happen, man, really and truly. Away from that, Amari Hutchinson allegedly has interest from Stuttgart, Ajax, and Feyenoord, and some clubs in the Premier League. Chelsea have no plans to loan him out. He'll be sold permanently for 25 to 30 million quid. Shows what things can do. He's basically not kicked a ball at Chelsea. I know he's made his debut since leaving Arsenal, but they've had the right development path. He went to Ipswich, done very well, helped them get promoted. I'm sure he wouldn't mind staying at Ipswich or staying in the Premier League. Either way, Chelsea are the winners. They've gone from someone that I think they gave Arsenal a compensation fee of a couple of million, but someone's being sold for 25 to 30 million quid that's been nowhere really near their first team. I think he's a good player. I think he comes from a great family and he's got a great mentality. So big up Amari Hutchinson, and whatever people have to say, the move to leave Arsenal has been validated. It's about getting to the destination. Would he be a stronger player had he have stayed at Arsenal than what he is now? You could say yes if you look at it like that. Yeah, he might have been in the first team, but you could say no because Arsenal's loan record. We've had some good loans, but it's hit and miss to describe to put it bluntly. You look at Manchester City and Chelsea, their loans, they're setting their players up to get to, to be able to make a name for themselves in the top 5 division. And you've seen it with the number of players that City sell and Chelsea sell. You have to give it to them. And that's something Arsenal need to do. So, people could say, oh, he left Arsenal, he went for money and da-da-da-da-da. No, the man went because he wants to realize his dreams of being a pro footballer. And he's in touch and distance of doing that. Just make sure, you stay playing for Jamaica. Reece Nelson's confirmed he's Jamaican as well. Make sure you're confirming the Jamaican, caps and whatnot. We could have a decent team if the FA would fix up. Moving away from that, Manchester United and Liverpool are showing an interest in Sporting centre-back Inacio. His release clause is 60 million. I think he's good. I think a bit overrated a tiny bit, but I think he's decent, and that would be a good signing. I think Man United probably need a centre-half more. Chelsea apparently have made initial contact in terms of signing Rodrigo Munoz from Fulham. He has 9 goals and, probably one of the most under the radar sort of signings, man. Fulham have done well. There was a point in the season it felt like he was scoring all week. Potentially Chelsea could sign their second Fulham player because it looks like they're about to sign the centre-half Tosin if they haven't already. Speaking of centre-halves, Upamecano allegedly is likely to be sold by Bayern Munich this summer. He has interest from the Premier League and it's his preferred destination. I think he's a good defender, but I think he's dodgy. I think he's a front-footed defender. I don't really think he's calculated and whatnot, and I think he's prone to moments of madness. Apparently, Manchester City will try to sign AC Milan's Mike Mignon if they cannot convince Edison to stay at the football club, which is probably why you're seeing Aaron Ramsdale linked with AC Milan as the silly rumours continue. Jadon Sancho, it's tough, innit? You've been in the Euro final, the Champions League final at Wembley and not won. Apparently, he's ready to go back to Manchester United only if Ten Hag leaves. Now, at the same time, he has to go back anyways because by Borussia Dortmund, apologies, are not buying him properly. Who knows? Ten Hag probably won't be the manager. If I was United, I wouldn't want to give up on Jadon Sancho just yet. But at the end of the day, maybe bridges have been burnt. But I'm sure he's on the contract for a decent amount of time and he's on big money. So we'll have to see how that one develops. Keeping up the theme with Man United, Casemiro, you need to get out of Man United. It's a shame to see. It's a shame, man. It's like watching a heavyweight boxer that beat up all the guys in their prime, staying around too long, and he's got beaten up by some rookie. That's how Casemiro looks in the Premier League, if I'm honest, man. And Real Madrid probably, in hindsight, couldn't believe their luck when they managed to flog him. If El Nazar are really, intent on spending 90 to 100 million on Casemiro, Manchester United need to do that tomorrow. The man's a legend in the game. Technically, he's won 2 trophies in the Premier League, but he's not the Casemiro he once was. Time catches up with everyone. Keeping up the theme with Arsenal, the clock is ticking. Arsenal want Benjamin Sesko deal done before Euro 2024 begins as Manchester United and Chelsea continue to circle. Arsenal reportedly pushing to seal Benjamin Sesko signing before Euro 2024 begins, with Man United and Chelsea in the race as well. Now, again, I hope we sign him because the quicker we get you confirmed, the quicker we've confirmed in his own way a stronger squad for next season. Obviously, when the Euros is done, he'll probably have a couple of weeks off, but you can get in early. And obviously, the longer you leave it, the more clubs get interested, heads can be turned and things like that. If he is our number one target, put the money down, let's keep it moving. Bruno Fernandes has been linked with Bayern Munich. I think this is nonsense, if I'm honest with you. I mean, he's a good player, but I don't really buy that, if I'm honest with you. Chelsea have announced their new manager, Enzo Maresca. I cannot pronounce his name, but I think the way his team lets the press, the way he looks to be in possession, he does have a lot of faults, but they need someone who can kind of do that stuff. So he could be a good manager for Chelsea. KK apparently could be joining Paris Saint-Germain. I can't pronounce the Napoli lad's name. As a potential replacement for Kylian Mbappe, but that has hit a stumbling block. They've agreed personal terms. Napoli are reluctant to allow him to depart. Obviously, Hansi Flick has replaced the departed Xavi as Barcelona manager, and as such, Victor Roque, who looks set to maybe leave on loan or permanently, has had a change of heart. He obviously wants to try and convince the new manager that he can be utilised. Martial, once had a Ballon d'Or clause in his Manchester United contract. Once was the Kylian Mbappe before the Kylian Mbappe. Talented player. he's a myth, and he is a free agent. People, apparently Lyon and Marseille are showing interest along with Besiktas. I wonder what his wage demands are. And apparently he's got interest from Mexico, MLS, and Saudi Arabia. I mean, you've got a lot more to offer in the European game before you do that, lad. Apparently Griezmann has a release clause of 15 million euros, which equates to about 12 million, which is cheap. But then when you factor in his wages, then it's evidently not, folks, really and truly. And lastly, Calvin Phillips has offered himself to Barcelona. I'm going to offer myself to Shenseea and Kelly Rowland and see where that gets me, people. I mean, you can't hate, you can't hate on someone that's trying, innit? You have to rate the hustle. But that's a myth, man. Well, to be fair, Barcelona on foolishness. Maybe it makes sense, if I'm honest with you. Like I see someone say on social media, I mean, he's definitely not the Yorkshire Perlo. He's more like a Yorkshire pudding. But we never like to kick a man when they're down. We like to, we'd like to see you get back to that form you had at Leeds and just continue your life, people. So with that being said, we've gone over a lot of stuff, primarily focusing on Kylian Mbappe. I know I do a lot of content in relation to Arsenal and Arsenal transfer news, but football is bigger than that. I love the game. So I thought, with it being the off season, why don't we talk about Arsenal and everything else? So yeah, let me know your thoughts, people, on Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, how Real Madrid fit these guys all in, and everything else we've discussed. Most importantly, stay safe, stay blessed, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. One love for getting me to 60,000, by the way, people. Peace.